Hey guys, it's Sir and Jesse, and we
taking
are
over
back
the video.
for day 2. So, we're coming back to you to answer some questions. Alright, are you ready for story time, relationship advice? No, I'm just playing. We're not here for that. This ain't Oprah. And I can't be Dr. Phil or Ayana, Fix Your Life. We can't be none of that.
Okay.
So, well, shall we? Let's proceed.
Okay, so on my Instagram, I asked you guys to answer some questions and to figure out what we're going to be answering, and all the topics and stuff. So that's what we're going to be answering today. So one of the first questions was like, how did we meet? I guess that's a good one to like follow into.
How did we meet?
Yeah.
Forever ago.
Yeah, it was a long, long time ago. No, it was, a little over 8 years? Almost 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Because we officially met, in June or July of 2010.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so we met in Florida.
Having a great time. We were partying hard.
Yes. And,
in college, kids stay in school.
yeah, stay in school. Don't drop out. But, yeah, so we met in the same student housing. We didn't actually meet in college. We met while we were attending college. But we were in the same student housing. And we met at no, it's not. No, because you went to a completely different school. So anyway, and we were like really good friends. We like met through friends at a house party, and we were friends for about a month or two before we. I guess
June, July, August, September.
Oh yeah, October 5.
It was like 5 months that we were friends.
Yeah, and we don't really we never really officially dated, but we kind of just guessed the date and we're like, let's do October 8th. That sounds good.
No, I think that was on your part, and I just went along with it.
Yeah. So,
guys, remember that.
So here we are, and 7 years later?
Nope, we're 8.
No, I'm saying 7 years later we got married.
Yeah, 7 years later we got married.
7 years later we got married on October 8th, on the same date, so we wouldn't forget.
Yeah, it's easier to remember.
It's easier to remember.
You don't mess nothing up.
And we just celebrated our 1 year past October.
1 year of marriage anniversary and 8 years of being together.
Yeah, so we're going on 9.
9 years this year.
Yeah. So.
Woo!
And so
that's a long time. I mean, I gotta give credit to those folks that's been doing it for 20, 30 years, but I feel like 9 is still pretty long. Straight. No breakups. Yeah. No, none of the extra malarkey. Just us straight together, in each other's face, getting on each other's nerves. It's real out here.
It is. So, and that was gonna be my segue into my next. So, we pretty much lived together for 98% of our relationship. Really.
Yeah.
From apartments to student housing to extended stay hotels to we moved. God, I don't even have 9 times at least.
We lived a lot of places.
We lived a lot of places. We lived in a lot of houses, different states, different cities, a lot. And so we
even lived on an 18-wheeler together.
Yeah, and we lived on the 18-wheeler for on and off, I guess, combined with probably about 5 years-ish combined of all the time that we lived on the truck. And one of those times, consecutively, we lived about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've been through it all. But obviously it wasn't always like that. When he first started trucking, I was new to like all of it. Just the industry, everything. And so when he was like, I'm going to be a truck driver, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I didn't know what it entailed. And so one of the questions that I got was, I'm new to this trucking life. How do you deal with it? And what I'm always going to tell people, and I think every trucker wife says the same thing, it doesn't get easy. It doesn't get easier, but you get used to it, and you kind of just like make it your own thing. You got to keep yourself busy in order to not focus on them being gone all the time, because there was times when he was gone for months at a time. There were times when he was gone every week and home on the weekends, and then sometimes just weeks at a time. Like we've been through it, like literally, like all.
Yeah, so it varies.
It varies. So now this new account that he's with, it's kind of like, it kind of keep you kind of in the vicinity of where we live, but we kind of lucked out because we live in Missouri, and that's kind of like the hub of trucking. So we kind of lucked out, I guess, on that aspect, because like everything comes here and everything comes out of here, and there's like 1,000 bazillion trucking companies in in Missouri alone. So yeah, so that definitely helps. And we actually moved to Missouri because of his job, but like a previous job that he had. So, but yeah, but definitely keeping yourself busy, especially if you stay home. I work from home, so that kind of helps me keep occupied on things. I'm always doing something, and it actually drives him crazy. Because he's
does.
like,
It does. It drives me nuts.
So, but yeah, I don't know, we just make it work. And a lot of people, like I didn't get this question in one of my Insta stories, but I have gotten the question before, how do you guys not cheat on each other? And here's the only thing that I have to say about that. It has nothing to do with the industry. It has to do with the person. The industry does not cause you to cheat.
Well said.
It doesn't matter. I mean, because you can be like just a regular person working at like a grocery store and still cheat on your spouse. So it has nothing to do with the industry. The distance, if you guys can't figure it out, the distance, then I don't know what to tell you.
Well, first off, if you are cheating on one another, then technically you never loved each other to begin with. So,
exactly.
and technically you shouldn't even got married, or, you know, you shouldn't even be together at that point, because that's not conducive to your relationship. Yeah. So let's just keep it 100. Like, yeah. It really boils down to the person's character. It has, and she's right in that aspect. It has nothing to do with the industry. You can work a 9 to 5. You can be in corporate. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It just has everything to do with your character.
Yeah. So that's all I gotta say about that. Before I get into like this crazy rant, because I see it all the time. And
don't always suspect that, you know, just because your significant other might drive a truck, that they're out there looking for somebody else. Because to be honest, if you got time to be doing that, you ain't working. Like, honestly speaking. If you...
Okay, so that's from a truck driver's perspective. But from, like, my perspective, you literally you have to have more trust than most to be able to be a trucking couple. Like, that's just what it is. You have to trust, like, so hard, like, that they won't do anything. And I really don't have to worry about him, because I tell him all the time, and we joke about it all the time, is, you know, I'm the only one that's going to put up with this shit.
Apparently, I'm a handful.
So he is a full-time job. So when being married to him is a full-time job, but no, like I don't know, we just have like this really cool like relationship. We're pretty much the same person in a way. Like we get each other. We have like our own little thing. I mean, when you've been together for this long, you've literally lived in a 6x10 box for 2.5 years, and I'm comparing it to, the semi. You get to learn really quick how to deal with each other. Yes, you're going to argue, and that was the other question. Do we argue all the time? We don't really argue. I mean, we bicker.
Yeah.
Like a normal couple.
And there are times where we've engaged in some serious arguments, but
Yeah.
at that point, you have to say, okay, it's time. We need to separate from one another. Like, we just need to take a break. Like, one person, if one person can go upstairs and one person can go downstairs, or in the case that you're in a truck, the person that's driving should stay up front, and then the person that, your significant other should go in the back.
Stay in the back.
And then you give it about 20, 30 minutes, I'll say, everything don't calm down. And then let's get back, let's have a reasonable discussion. And then majority of the time you will figure out, like, wow, that was stupid.
Yeah,
what were we arguing about? You've been on forgot what you were even having a serious argument about, unless it's something that needs to be continuously rehashed. But other than that, you've been on forgot. And you'd be like, whatever, I still love you. We're good. Okay?
Yeah.
And
so,
it happens. And that's just normal. And that just comes with
regular.
From being in a space together all the time. So it just...
And not killing each other. And
yeah.
I've gotten that question all the time. Like, how do you guys not kill each other? When I was living on the truck, and like you just said, we separated. There were times where, and like one time we did have a double bunk. So I would go on the top bunk, he would stay on the bottom bunk. We would do our own thing, and we were okay with that. Then you can go down and then, go to sleep in the same bed or just sleep separately. There was times that we even slept separately just to separate, because it is a lot. Like, you literally see the same person every single day, and they don't change, and you're just like, I'm sick of you.
You're like, I'm so tired of looking at you.
I'm so tired of looking
if I have to look at you one more day, I'm going to kill myself. I can't take this.
That's extreme.
Listen, not in the literal sense I'm going to kill myself, but yes, it's like, oh my God, like, if I could just jump out of this truck and not see you no more, I would do that.
And I mean, there were times that we would get on each other's nerves, and he would always joke like, "I'm going to leave you at the truck stop."
There were a couple of times I was serious. Or I would leave you on the side of the road.
I'm going to leave you on the side of the road. Yeah. There was actually a time, and my videos, I'm going to be straight and real. There was literally a time we got in I don't even remember what we argued about. That's how stupid it was. But he literally pulled over on the side of the road. On the side of the freeway. And told me to get out.
Yep. I said, get your shit and get out of my truck. Guys, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. That's not kosher. But I don't even remember, but I was so upset. I pulled over on the side of the road, and I was like, get your shit and get the fuck out of my truck.
Yeah. So
if you get to that, you shouldn't. Don't get to that point. But that's too much. That means you don't see that person way too much.
And literally, like, that was like towards the beginning of like, we need to like find a place to live.
Yeah.
So I can go home. But now I ride periodically. Like, well, tonight I'm about to hop on the truck, but just for like a quick little. I get like my fix, and then I come back home.
Oh, and another thing, as far as spousal wives go, when you get on the truck, please do not move around anything. Do not rearrange the truck to your liking or your specifications because that is not your space. Now, in the event that you are a female driving a truck and your husband or your wife is on the truck or whatever, the same thing still applies. Do not rearrange the truck. Because you're there for a temporary stay, okay? It's not your space, not yours. Stay away. Sit down, buckle up, and shut up. Okay, I'm finished.
Okay,
yeah.
so
I just had to get that out.
You had to get
Don't do nothing.
Okay. So anyway,
she's been forewarned. Right now, with you guys. Don't rearrange nothing. Just saying.
What do you mean forewarned? That's been kind of like a thing since like we weren't living in the truck. But anyway, I lost my train of thought because of you. Oh, so
It's not my fault.
You just like went on your own rampage.
I had my own tangent for a moment.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay. I'm allowed to have that.
It's nothing like an angry truck driver to just soothe everything over.
I'm not angry. I'm happy. See? Okay.
That was creepy. So
You're weird.
You're weird. So, and also, and I see this all the time. I'm in a lot of trucker wives groups, and like some of them, I have to like remove myself from because it's like nothing but complaining. It's about the same thing. If you guys have the opportunity to go out on the road, even if it's like for a quick run or a week or over the weekend, you know, find a babysitter, something. Go out on the road with them so you can like really see what they go through, because that like right there pisses me off. When I see like other wives complaining about, oh, he didn't do this, oh, he didn't do that, and it's like, it's normally things that they can't control, and you learn that over a time period. Like, if he can't talk, there's a reason, and you know, it's either he don't have service. Just a few days ago, I called him, and I could tell that he was like concentrating on what he was doing. He was driving down a mountain. He does tanker, so mountains, tankers, I guess, don't go very well together.
No, they don't go good.
And he's like, I'm just trying to concentrate and not roll off this cliff. Okay, I will call you later. Like, and I've seen where other wives are like, he won't answer my call, he won't this or that. And it's like, go on the road with them, see what they deal with on a daily basis, because that right there, you will be like, you will understand and respect it more, because, and that's what I had to do when he first started. Because like when I'm not mentioning trucking company names, that's not what this is for. But when you first started, I got on the truck, maybe a month or so?
No, it was like 2 months.
About 2 months. And that was like really hard, because like we were literally together for like every single day together. And I didn't understand it. But then when I got on the truck with him, I'm like, oh wow, like they gotta deal with a lot of shit. So, but yeah, give your man a break. You know, if he's not, I'm not saying give him a break if he's like disrespecting you. I'm not saying that. But if it's literally something where he's just tired, or he's just like over the day, yeah, and you think that you can fix it, and I know I do it too, and I annoy the fuck out of him, but that's just it. But so I guess I should practice what I preach. But I'm just letting you know, like, but I don't
honesty for that.
Yeah, but I don't get to the point of where I'm at the point where, like, some of these, women are now in, like, a 5-day fight because their trucker didn't want to talk to them because they were tired and wanted to sleep. You would be exhausted too if you had to deal with the shit that they have to deal with. But yeah, I haven't got that far. Like, I'm just like, right. You want to help them, but they don't want to talk about it, then they don't want to talk about it.
That just comes natural as wanting to be a problem solver, because naturally in a relationship you wanna solve your spouse's problems. Like, that just comes natural. But you can't fix everything. And I've had to learn that myself. As a husband, when she has an issue, I want to solve it. I'm like, because that's supposed to be my job. I'm supposed to solve your problems and make everything better. But it's not always going to be the case. So, there it is.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to think what the other question was. How do we keep our love life going? That was another one.
It's on about the sex, the boom boom.
You're gonna get me demonetized. I can't have you on here anymore. This is the second time.
Real tea. Okay, shall we?
It's there.
It's there. Yeah, it's
always there. And I mean, I guess being separate from so long, it kind of makes it better. I don't know, like, really how to answer that, like, legitly without going too far into detail, because that's kind of, like, really weird. And I think my mom's gonna watch this.
Well, not in retrospect. No, I mean, we're grown, we're married, so in the aspect, yeah, you do. People commonly ask about, like, keeping your sex life, because, like, part of any marriage or relationship is your sex life too. That's incorporated into it. On top of being friends, on top of always remembering that even though you're married, you still have to date that person. And that doesn't mean necessarily going out to, like, dinner or out to eat. Sometimes it could be like the little simple things, like a candlelight dinner at home. Or
when have we ever had a candlelight dinner at home?
Yes, we did. We actually had a candlelight dinner.
Oh, when we lived in Indiana.
Yes, we did. Thank you. I did that. Yes, I did. All right. Little knick-knack things like that. Ignore her.
It was with a candle from Dollar General.
It don't matter where the candle came from. It was there.
There was cat hair in it.
It was a candlelight dinner. Okay. And then what else? Or just,
it was sweet though.
Or just a simple movie or a movie night.
Yeah.
Where you can go get a movie from Redbox or wherever your local movie spot is, and bring it home and bring home dinner. Like, if it's like TGI Fridays or whatever you have nearby, that might be a to-go restaurant or whatever, bring that home with you, and then y'all just have dinner and, like, share that moment. It's little things like that matter, that help to keep the relationship going. It doesn't always have to be something high-end or something expensive. Like, it's the thought that counts.
And it also doesn't always have to be about sex either.
No, it doesn't always, True
honesty right there.
But, it does matter,
I mean,
if things are going right in the bedroom. That need to happen. I ain't saying how many times it need to happen. I'm just saying it needs to happen now. Okay?
Why did you just sound like a preacher? You sound like a southern preacher.
I ain't going for that.
Let the church say amen.
We need to get it on. Okay? We need to be Al Green in it.
Oh my god. Okay, so next question. I can't really remember. I think I went over. Do you have anything to add?
No. I mean, if there are any questions that you feel like we missed, please put it in the comment section below. And if there are any other topics or subjects that you would like us
I remember the last question
to, make a video on or comment on, please let us know as well. What was the other thing?
The other one was money.
Okay. Now, money can be tight. It can be real tight.
Yes. And now we're gonna say this because we've been on both ends. We, business owner, lease op, company. All of them. So, no matter what side you're on, the money is going to be tight. That's just how it is. There's great money, but then there's always weeks that you're just like, well,
shitty. This is shitty. This is what you're saying. This is a shitty week.
Yeah.
But in turn, it also comes with trucking. So therefore, you have to, in some aspect, you have to put away for the rainy days when you do make good checks, if you can. And so you have to be prepared for the unexpected, because this is trucking. It could go either way. Mm-hmm. So there are upheavals, and then there are moments where it's really, really low. So you have to be prepared either way.
Yeah. And, but like, as far as like not making money an issue in your relationship, because that is huge, not just in trucking, but just like relationships in general, like money will break apart a relationship. Now, before he became a truck driver, we were poor.
We were broke as shit.
We were
poor. Broke.
Yeah.
Broke.
We were that broke.
We were that broke. We were broke.
Yeah.
We were beanie weenie broke.
We weren't even beanie weenie.
We were broke. We were broke. We were almost somewhere we need to knock on the door and ask to borrow some money.
We have done that.
Have we?
Yeah. Your mom.
Oh, that don't really count. Almost to the point where we can hold the sign and be like,
yeah,
we'll work for food, because we were that hungry.
Yeah. So I guess you could say we were seasoned
at being broke.
But we've also had a really good life.
Thus far, I mean, it ain't over with.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, God. Okay, so we've learned to enjoy it in the moment type of thing.
Yeah. But don't get carried away in the moment. You still got to be ready for the rainy days.
But for those rainy days, for those rainy weeks, months, if it's a year,
you got a
go
problem.
to another country.
You got a problem.
If it's over a half of a year, go to the next trucking
If it's that long, you already done lost everything.
You are living in the truck. That's how we lived in the truck. That's why.
No, that's not why I decided to live in a truck because it was cheaper.
Well, yeah, that too.
To save money, it was cheaper to just live in the truck. I mean, you got a physical structure. You
will never be homeless.
Right. You're always moving, like, going from location to location. And all you got to do is pretty much worry about your food. But in some aspects, trucks come with inverters so you can cook on the truck.
And we did a lot of that. And it saved a lot. And I'm going to do a video about that soon, of like how to cook on the truck and whatnot. But go ahead.
Right. I lost my train of thought because of you. Mm-hmm.
Karma, go.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. She don't throw me off.
Anyway, so
it's normal.
Do not make money part of your problems, because it's not going to solve anything. No. If they have a bad week, they have a bad week.
And
there's nothing much you can do about it.
Also, to add to that point, if you're a stay-at-home wife
or spouse
or whatever, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, and there is the opportunity for you to work, or you have the availability for you to work, and you can help like bring some minute amount of income in to help your trucker out, then by all means do that. But don't sit at home if you're not doing anything and complain about them not bringing home money, because that to try and drive a truck across the country or any region of this country, and then you have and then you have to worry about the issues at home too, makes for a really horrible day, makes for really long days, and it makes it difficult for you to concentrate on what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So don't be that person. Do not be that person.
Wow, you sounded very triggered.
That triggers, that pisses me off.
So I'm just gonna add to that I'd never done that.
No, you haven't. But that pisses me off.
That sounded very personal, so I'm just going to clear that up. Yeah, like, I have no problem saying it. He is the breadwinner of it. I work from home, but it's like very minute to what he brings home. Even though he is a truck driver, and yes, we're saying like money's tough and all that, he still makes really good money. But yeah, don't make them feel worse about it, because that's just, I've never done that. And that goes back to, understanding what they do out on the road. It's not just driving. It's not. And that gets very lost in transition, misconstrued, whatever you want to call it. It's not just driving. They have to do like math on a dime and figure out things like that. Is just split. Yeah, just to make sure that somebody either stays alive or something. Like, so yeah, give them a break. If it's something that they can't control, if they're out blowing money, like, by all means, that's a whole different subject. But if it's literally like the money is not there and it never has been there, and it's not coming in,
it's time to change companies.
Well, it's time to change companies, but don't put it all on them.
Right.
Because they literally have no control over it. Like I said, even when we did have our own trucks, it was the same way. So yeah, that's don't let money be a part of your problems. It's just gonna make more. We've been poor, we've been struggling, we've had really good days.
We had some high moments, like, we made it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it went back down, like, we ain't eating no more, cuz.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is very up and down, up and down, up and down. But yes, having that, like, nest egg for those tough times definitely helps. And, that just goes with whatever your budget is, And what is always said is always save before you spend.
And don't live beyond your means.
Yes.
That's just part of life. Don't live beyond your means.
And, that could be for anything. Like, you're probably going to be with a really good company, and it's going to be really sweet. You're going to have a really nice check, probably because they just want to keep you. Because that's normally how it is. You have, like, really good weeks when you first start out. And then you get mixed in the shuffle with the rest of the truck drivers, and you're just a number again.
Right.
So...
And then you're like, what happened to my money?
Yeah. And so, during that high time, it's going to look good. Catch up on the bills.
Mm-hmm.
Put some money into savings.
Definitely.
Pay off those credit cards, whatever. Pay even a few months in advance on rent or your mortgage or your car payment or whatever is like a consistent thing. Pay ahead of time when those good weeks roll in, for those bad weeks. And every side of the industry is different, whether you're a van, whether you're a flatbed, whether you're a tanker, whether a dry van, a reefer, whatever. Everybody has their ups and downs throughout the year. and you will figure that out. Like flatbedding, we knew for a fact flatbedding wintertime is going to suck. That's just what we knew. Like, we're like, once November, December hits, you know, it's time to like start saving, because January on to like what March is like.
Yeah, when it's really coming back.
That's like yeah.
The end of February, early March is okay. People are starting to get out here and start building things again.
Yeah. So, you can kind of figure that out like throughout your
It's like riding a wave.
Yeah. It's a
it's
like a tsunami.
Yeah, it's like riding a wave. Sometimes they roll in smooth, sometimes they low, sometimes they high. But you just gotta know when it's time to get on the board and ride that wave.
But if you have like a really good check, and I'm talking like, you know, if you, I can't really say what, because some people get paid per mile and percentage and per load, and there's like all these factors and all these things. But if you got money left over, it's going to look cute, but it's going to look better in your savings account. So, keep that in mind for sure. And, you know, it'll help. But yeah, don't make money part of the issue. But yeah, I think we covered pretty much.
Yeah, I think you got on a long tangent again.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I do.
Every time I try and close out the video, she add to it.
Well, I get very passionate about this stuff.
She gets all into it, okay? Like, really into it. So, can we try this again together? Are we good now?
We are good.
Okay. Now. So, we would like to thank you guys for watching our video from the bottom of our hearts. And we would ask that you please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button and comment and use the comment section below for any more questions or anything, any more videos in which you would like to see topics on that we could do. Yes. So you guys have a great night, and we'll see you back again later. And
click on the bell
so you can get the notifications from us. We got you covered.
All right, guys.
Bye. Bye.